Hello and welcome. Today I'm going to talk about Class C subnetting. What is Class C subnetting? We will see how we going to use, why we supposed to use. First we understand the problem, then we will try to go get the solution, and if we have some solution, so we will see the benefit of those solutions. So what is the problem? Problem is that Class C is not a problem. The problem is that, let me understand Class C. So first let me give you one example. 192.168 dot anything. I'm taking 1.0 example slash 20. Slash 24 means what? Page. Slash 24 means Class C. This IP belong
Yes.
to Class
Right.
C, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, excellent. Now, so Class C having first three octet. This is one octet, second octet, third octet. These first three octet is called network. It's called network. And last one octet is called
Host.
host, right? Yes,
Yes,
no,
sir.
excellent. If you are not
Yes, sir.
understand, you just stop me, understand that point, then we will move forward, because I want you guys to understand each and every corner of this, so that same thing you're going to reply, same technique you're going to apply to the class B as well as class A. Okay, we will see that. So you have to remember, you have to identify the network part as well as host part. Once you are able to identify, then you can play the game of the sub. What is the subnetting? Subnetting is nothing, is a layman language. You can see this is the big network. You going to break this big network according to your use. You understand, you have big land, in that you want to make your house, so you will allocate some space for your kitchen, some space for your dining space, some space for your bedroom, then one room goes to your master bedroom, one is the guest, right, and one is small for study room, and there is one also called puja room, like that. Yes or no?
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
So in that, the puja room, the size of puja room is different from the size of kitchen or not, according to your use.
Yes,
And
sir.
your bedroom, master bedroom, have different size from your the dining space. So according to your use, you going to design your space, you're going to allocate the space. Same way networking, you have big network, according to your utilization, you're going to break them into the small part or medium part, or the what network do you need to use for your HR department, for your sales department. Suppose you have different department, HR department, sales department, and then you have educational department, and then you have research and development, okay, and then you have business unit. So according to your utilization, you're going to separate your network. So subnetting is nothing, is a technique by which we going to separate my big network into the small different network. So before going to understand that, we supposed to understand what technique behind subnet. Okay, so let's understand the technique behind the subnet. So we're going to understand this technique on the basis of the bit in the that octet. So tell me, in one IP, how many octet, guys?
4.
4
4 octet.
octet. Excellent. 4 octet is nothing. 4 bits. Sorry,
8.
8
8
bits.
bit.
Okay, first octet 8 bit. Second octet 8 bits. And third octet again 8 bit. Okay, so all these bits in the are the network, because in the class C first 3 octet belong to network. Only one octet belong to the host.
Host.
Clear?
Yes, sir.
Now, subnetting says that the playing with the
Host.
host bit is called subnet. What about network bit, sir? This is reserve. Don't care. Do not care means you should not touch anything between. Okay. So why? Because this is 8 plus 8 plus 8, 24 slash 24. Class C default network is slash 20. Now, how many bit do we have in host bit? Tell me. Host network, host octet, how many bit? 1, 2, 3, 4. Total 8 bit. Are you agree or not?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
sir.
Okay. So what is we going to do technique that we going to move one bit to the network bit. So how many network bit do you have?
24.
24. If I am going to move one host bit into the network bit, what will be the network bit now?
25.
Excellent. 25. So it's going to become 25. And what will be the number of host bit now?
7.
7. This is called subnetting. This is called subnetting. That's all. And we're going to understand the math of this subnetting. Once I will move one bit, it become 25 network bit and the host bit becomes 7. Then what are the changes going to be happening? Then we will see, this is one scenario. Second scenario we will see, okay, if I will move 2 bit from host to network, then what going to be happen? Like this we going to keep moving the host bit into the network, and we will do mathematics. What are the things going to be? So this is the technique we're going to explore. Easy understanding.
Yes, sir.
So
Understanding.
what is the thumb rule? It's nothing. I have to separate the network bit. I have to separate the host bit. Whatsoever the class, just move one bit from the host to network and start subnetting. That is called subnet. Is nothing. Just moving the host bit into the network according to our utilization, our use. What big or small network do I need? According to that, we're going to move the number of host, means number of host going to become the number of host of bit, going to become the number of host of network bit. Clear? Should I start this mathematics?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Before moving to this technique, just we want to discuss. In the class C, we are going to talk about only host bit, because network bit is reserved. I'm not going to touch that. Host bit are having 8 bit, right? Yes,
Sir.
no.
Yes, sir.
Now the question is that suppose I move one bit. So tell me how many options going to be if we have only one bit. How many options will be available?
2, sir.
Excellent. Then Manmohan, tell me what are those options? There's two options. What are those options?
0 and 1.
Excellent. Thank you, guys. There's two options if we are moving to single bit, one bit. Suppose we are moving to 2 bit. We move to this 2 bit. Then tell me how many options?
4.
Excellent. Then what are the options?
0, 0.
0, 1, 1, 0, 1,
Double.
1. Understand?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay. Like that, if you move 3 bit, so what going to be happen? What going to be? So 2 to the power, what will be happen?
8.
How much? 8
8.
into 2, total 8. So how this number says how many options? So you have 0, 0, 1, like that, total
8.
8. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So this is the real story. Means this says that once you move 1 bit, your big network going to break into two network. Big network being bring to break into the how many network? Network. If you bring 2 bits, this is going to be break into how many network? Four
4.
network. This is going to bring into the 8 network. So means either big chunk of network going to break into 2, then
Small.
4, then 8, like this, then 16, like that. So how big or small chunk do you need to make your required network? Okay, let's do this one by one. We will move the bit and we will understand the network IP address, because every network having the IP address as well as, sorry, network ID and as well as broadcast ID. Every network we studied, do you remember? Right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So let's do that. I'm going to take example of the one network. So 192.168.1. These are the network, right? These are the network bit. Are you agree or not?
Agreed, sir.
Yes. So last bit is the interested bit. Interested bit is nothing, is the host bit. I'm going to write host bit. Total 8 bit we have. Okay. So this is called 24 CIDR, means 24 8 plus 8 plus 8. Agree?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we are not doing subnetting of this. We're going to study. Once I will move, I'm going to copy this. Once I will move one bit, one bit to my what? To my network. So I'm
Network.
going to make different color. This is the, I'm going to copy the format here as a format. This, can you see the format? Yes, here. You can see the colors. Colors are changed.
Yes, sir.
Colors are okay. First octet, all the network. These are the network, so there is no changes in that. Changes going to be happened in. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to move one bit in the this is the class 24. If I'm going to color one bit different color, let me do the different color. This is the red. I'm going to move this one bit. Ah, this supposed to be no, this is supposed to be red and bold. So you can see out of 8 bit 1 bit become red, means 1 bit I move to the network. Okay,
Yes,
agree?
sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, now so what is my CIDR? So 8 plus 8 plus 8, 24, and out of 8 1 bit move to the
Network.
network. So what will be the CIDR?
25.
25.
25. Excellent. So you have 25 network bit. Now next terminology called number of bits borrow. So tell me how many bits borrow? How many bits borrow?
One, no, sir.
One. Yes. Can you see the one bits borrow? Excellent. Now number of network. Number of networks. How it's going to define how many bits you borrow 2 to the power 2 to the power that number of bits how much 1 borrow that you will do. What is the value?
2.
2. So means, so how number of network will be 2. Number of network will be, why 1 bit having 0 and 1 option, 1 bit having
0
0
and
and
0
1.
and 1 option. So how many options? So one network in slash 24 is a one network. Now in the one bit if you take, it will become how many network? Two small network. Two equally divided small network. Are you understanding?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So when this is the single network slash 24, so there is a, let me fill up this also so that you can understand. The number of bit borrow 0, number of network 1, number of host per network 2 to the power 8, 2 to the power 8, 2 to the power 8 is what? 2 to the power 256, right?
yes,
Yes, sir. Yes.
And every network you have to minus 2. You remember?
yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Very good. Then if you do minus 2, then what going to be happened?
250.
254.
254. Agree?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So in this network 256 IP, one IP reserved for network IP, one IP reserved for broadcast. So how many hosts in this network? 254. Okay.
Yes,
And the
sir.
network ID will be the first IP. So what will be the first IP? 192.168.1.1. My network ID. Right? Yes,
Yes,
no.
sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, excellent. What will be the first IP?
1.0.
192.168.1.2 is my first IP.
Okay.
Are you agree or not? Because this is
Ye-
the network ID.
Yeah.
This is the network ID.
Yes, sir. I agree.
You understand? So
Yes.
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 बघितलं.
So this is the network ID. So means this, the first IP is nothing. First valid host after the network ID called first valid host, and the last valid host will be the,
255.
yes, tell me, broadcast IP
one
192.168.1.255.
1 dot.
The last
Yes, sir.
Yes.
IP. So this is the broadcast IP. This is the broadcast
of that network.
of that network. Excellent. The broadcast IP of that net, and this is the broadcast IP. And what will be the last IP? What's the last real IP?
Uh,
192 dot broadcast
254.
IP minus 1,
Yeah.
254.
254.
My last valid IP means from 1.2 3 4 5 6 till 254 I can assign any IP to my laptop or desktop. Clear? Because these are
Or
the
any,
valid host IP.
or any device, no, sir?
So how many device you tell me how many here? 254 device.
Yes, sir.
Because you are starting from 2, you are,
Two.
yes. Okay.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
Ah,
sir.
sorry, this is wrong. Actually, this is the first IP is a 1.0, my dear. Sorry, and the first IP you also, first IP is a 1.1.
Um,
Okay, then only it's a start from 1.1 will goes to 254, total 254 host.
okay, sir.
Okay, sir.
Agree?
Yes,
Sorry,
sir.
I forget about dot zero. IP start from dot zero. Network IP is 1.0. What is the subnet marks? Nothing. 255.255.255. Three network. 1, 3. So all the network is 255, and the
Yes, sir.
host will be the how many bit? So all 0. Host will be 0. Host will be
Zero.
0.
0, and network will be 1. So if network will be 1, host will be 0. So all the ones it will show you the what? 5. So clear all the terminology?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I'm going to stop here, and the next class I'm going to start from the first one bit if I will borrow, then how this network going to become the going to be break down into two small different or many more small. Okay, see you in next class.